Hey there, my name is Josh, and you're watching Talk to Me, a Prowl radio interview segment. Today I'm here with Umru and Petal Supply, here at the backstage of Cactus Club in Milwaukee. They're on the second date of their North American tour. Thank you guys so much for talking with me today.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
How are you guys feeling about the show tonight? Starting like an hour, probably?
Yeah. I'm stoked.
Mhm.
It was sounding really good. I just did my sound check. It was fun. It's a really cute spot.
It is, yeah. Are there any like pre-show rituals you guys do, or you just kind of like run it?
Like right before my set, I kind of just like, for me personally, I don't really have like a ritual. I just like leave whatever room I'm in and like walk in circles for a bit. And then I go on stage, but not much besides like that and like warming up like briefly.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think I really have one.
Yeah. We already kind of answered this question we were chatting earlier, but is this your guys' first time in Wisconsin or Milwaukee? Or
Yeah.
First impression so far?
We haven't seen like any of
Yeah,
it because we like just got off on like the highway.
Yeah.
They have lots of like cheese themed stuff on the highway.
Drove past the cheese castle.
The cheese castle, yeah.
Cheese castle.
That's pretty cool. We appreciate that.
And the two of you are on tour across North America right now. Are there any like venues or cities you're like particularly excited to play in the coming month?
Market Hotel in New York, I'm like super stoked for it.
I think Milwaukee's the only city I haven't played in before that we're doing.
That's sweet. Yeah.
In Cambridge. Well, I played in Boston, but yeah, Cambridge technically.
Yeah.
City.
There's a lot that I haven't played in. Like I haven't done Philly yet, which is our next date, so I'm super stoked for that too. And then Cambridge also. I don't think I've done that. It's cute though. It's a lot of firsts for me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I understand the concept of this tour is like kind of different. You're branding it as like tour-based combat, and it's like a battle between you two. Like, explain that a little bit and like what the concept of these shows is.
We just like, I guess we just think it's really funny to pretend that we're like fighting.
We are. At the end of the tour, there'll be a winner.
There'll be a winner. That's actually official, and you heard it here first.
Yeah.
How is that determined?
We'll see.
By the audience.
By the audience, yeah.
Speaking of like live events, both of you performed at the Subculture Boiler Room event in LA last December. What was that like for you guys? Because those videos have like a lot of views on YouTube.
Yeah. You want to go first?
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was crazy. I curated that stage.
Yeah.
Which was just one of the stages at that event, but it was the one that they ended up filming, and so it was. Yeah, it was a huge deal to be able to just bring out like just everyone I liked to play. Yeah, it was really fun.
It was I had a lot of fun. It was like, especially like singing at a boiler room is like, it feels kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But like also being like surrounded like 360 while you're like full on like performing into a microphone was just like the most. It was really intimidating, but it was a lot of fun. And like we got like one of my like friends from like my hometown, Accounta, like out there to play. It was like really cool. I think that was his first show in LA at least. So it was really nice, like kind of like full circle moment to have my old bestie there.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Yeah, it was a really cute event.
So like, what artists did you curate for that event?
So it's the ones that were filmed, which is Eric DOA, Callie Cartier, High Key. Who else was filmed? You, me, and Milkfish. And then there was also the ones they didn't film on that stage were William Crooks and then Accounta. They didn't film some of them, which the show itself was like 50 people, so the other stages as well. And they only filmed the one, but I don't know, it was lucky.
Yeah, it was such a huge event. I feel like it was a really like cool moment for the culture to come like full circle, because a lot of it was born like during the pandemic. So having like a room full of people just going crazy for all these songs was so cool to see.
It was lucky. I mean, I don't know. You can watch boiler rooms, like some of them don't look like the people are having a good time.
Yeah.
But I was very glad that some looked like people. Like people were really like having fun at that show. I was glad to see that.
Yeah. That was for sure the most like packed show I feel like I've ever played. Like it was like when I came back from like backstage during your set, I literally couldn't open the door like from the like backstage to get into the main room because it was like so packed that there was people against the door, like pushed against the door. It was really crazy. It was a lot of fun.
Umru, you've done production work with a ton of different artists over the years, like Charli, Gex, Eric DOA, Dorian Electra, like the list goes on. Is there like a specific song that people are always surprised that you produced?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
That people are surprised. I'm trying to think. What have I done that's like not obvious to people a lot of the time? I don't know. I feel like I haven't done a lot of stuff that's like that. That's like sleeper, like it doesn't sound like me or whatever. Like I think because I'm just like known as like upper. Yeah, I can't think of anything actually.
I have two that I was like surprised by when going through your Genius. Those were I just never knew you produced "Click" by Charli. I knew you did "I Got It," but I just forgot about that one. And "Ran Out of Love" by Angelus. Which is one of my favorite songs by her.
Yeah. Actually, what's funny about Click is like, you know, the outro of it is this classic, like, that's extremely loud, distorted thing.
Yeah.
Assumes that was me because I have a lot of loud music, but that, like, I had nothing to do with that part. Like, I produced the, like, I literally did like the melody and like the main instrumental.
Nice, yeah.
Not the crazy loud.
Yeah.
It was like Nomak and AG did that.
Nice.
And so people always like, will assume like, oh, Umru just added this noisy thing at the end of it.
Yeah. That's crazy. I would have assumed that as well. But your producer tag is one of my favorites in the game right now. Which is a clip from the song "Popular" with Laura Les. When you heard that for the first time, did you know it was going to be your tag, or did it like just kind of come naturally?
I guess I think I started using it kind of after that song came out. I think it was just so funny. Is it's like not a it's not a thing I said. It's still kind of crazy to me that that's like people like come up and ask me to call them cute and stuff. It's like not even a thing I would do normally. To like just like I don't know. It's really funny, but it's just like it just worked in the song.
That's so funny. Yeah, that's one of my favorite tags. Like it's like so. It just like fits the vibe of the production so well. I feel like, and like the way you like slow it down to like hit on the beats, like always just makes it go harder.
Thank you.
You also have like a very specific like set of sounds, I would say, that you've like kind of used to push your brand of pop music forward. So what's the weirdest place you've heard the Umru snare?
Weirdest. I mean, it's pretty crazy to me when it's like the like Aespa, the.
Oh yeah.
There's an Aespa song that's
It's almost entirely
every single sound in the song is from my sample pack.
I'm meeting nutty fake on me. 좀비가 안 된 무대로 뭘 하나 fake on me. Got everybody mock up to me. 숙취를 느끼게만 다.
Just like that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
When it came out, I was like, oh my god, like because it's not just one sound. It's like the whole thing is built out of these sounds, which is like one of the only times I've seen like a big song do that. It's pretty wild. Yeah.
Is it like kind of weird to know that like, even though like you don't have production credits on like these songs, like those sounds are going to be like used for a really long time?
Yeah, I mean that's the trade-off with sample packs. Is, you know, you're not supposed to be getting a production credit, but it's like I don't know. To me, it's just cool. Like that's the biggest impact I'm having on music in the world in general. Like it goes beyond anyone that I could specifically work with myself, which is to me it's just cool to be able to have that effect.
I remember hearing that brakence song, "Sauceintherough," and being like, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. That one like makes sense to me.
It's
crazy.
I have some questions for Petal now. Your latest single, "Person," is kind of like a sonic departure from a lot of your previous stuff.
Yeah.
Does it serve as more of like a teaser of where you're going next, or is it more of like a one-off experimentation?
I'm open to being like more. I've like full disclosure have worked on like a few there's a few demos of songs that are like more in that vein. The idea with it was not necessarily either or. It's just kind of it's just like a moment of vulnerability was like the theme.
Okay.
Who's to say I can't have more of those? But yeah, it's not either like a one-off or a consistency. We'll have to see where it goes, I guess.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you produce the majority of your own music. So
Yeah.
do you feel like you have like more creative control in that way over your songs?
Yeah, it's really interesting actually, because like when I have gotten my music like mastered or sometimes mixed by like other people, like for songs that are like involved with other people's projects or like with like compilations and stuff, it's always like surreal to hear like someone else's work as part of my music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely like love having like full control. I think at first I was like maybe a bad thing, because I wasn't like amazing at mastering or mixing like for the first few songs I put out. But as I've like learned, I'm really like happy with my style, and I do try to like keep to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening through some of your older songs the other day, and my favorite song of yours to this day is called Skin on Your Face.
Thank you. That's so cool to hear.
Yeah, it's so underrated, but I feel like it's kind of like inspired by like 2000s trance music.
Yeah, for sure.
So do you draw like a lot of inspiration from that era of like dance music from that time?
Yeah, like one of like the first like CDs I ever owned was like the Cascada one with.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm literally blanking, but you know the song.
Everytime We Touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that on it, and like that was like my first exposure to like even like owning a CD. So it was like really an early music influence to me. So I definitely like have that just like ingrained in my brain. Even when I try to just like write pop music, like trance elements like do end up like popping up.
Yeah, totally.
Which is fun.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of crossover between those two genres.
Oh, of course. I mean, like some of the like 2000s trance music was like some of the poppiest music you'll like ever hear.
Totally.
But yeah, it definitely heavily inspired by Cascada specifically.
That's so awesome, just like to hear her said out loud.
Yeah.
My favorite collaboration between you two is Heart 2 with Rebecca Black. Talk a little bit, both of you, about how that song like came together and came to be what it is.
Yeah. Well, you sent me like a very rough demo of it, right?
Of the instrumental, yeah.
Of just like it was just like the verse instrumental, I think. And I tried writing over it for a while, and I wasn't like really working out, because it was like also one of my first few times like working with someone else.
Really? I mean, we had a song together before that.
Yeah, but it was like something that I just sent you, like, hey, I want to work on this, and then you like did it.
No, I mean the song with 8485.
Oh yeah.
But
one of my but like
it was a weird one.
I had like maybe like 3 or 4 collabs under my belt at that point, so I was like very not used to like working on stuff that other people had started. So I like essentially I had this really like old demo from when I first started like producing in like 2019. And then like that song, I felt like it was written really well, but it was like terribly produced. So I like just repurposed the vocals and added to them a bit. And it worked like so well. I'm like really happy with Heart 2. And to hear like Rebecca Black singing like, a song that like I wrote was like really surreal. I'm really happy with that collab. But yeah, it was like I don't know how it came about. It was just that we had already been talking about working together.
Song together, but yeah, I remember you. I mean, yeah, I remember you sent me 2 different. You gave me like 2 options that you assumed I would pick one of them.
Yeah.
And one of them is just the like breakdown part, and one of them is like the.
Oh, you're right.
Part. Like I just was like, okay, I'll use both of them.
They were both based on the original melody, but I was like, here's 2 like interpolations, I think. Like the like really high one, I think, and then the like lower one, right?
No, just the 2 different sections of the song.
Oh,
you're
lyrics.
Like
sorry, you're
the
right.
one that's over the like drop, and the one that's over the like breakdown bit. Yeah.
Crazy.
So I like arranged the song kind of after getting the vocals.
That's awesome.
Decided where things were gonna go, and decided to add the feature.
Yeah. So was she like? It would start as a collaboration between you two, and then she got it on later. Okay.
Yeah, when I was like decided to put it on my project, I think I was kind of trying to fill out like, what is the craziest people I could do. That was just the song that it was already basically done when we asked her to do it, but we had also both worked with her individually as well. She's great.
So more abstractly, like what have you learned from each other by collaborating so much? About making music and like production and all that stuff.
From you, I feel like you're like one of the most like hardworking people that I know. You work like many hours a day on like both your job that is like music related and then your own music. That I'm like, damn, I need to work like so much harder on music. Definitely have like inspired me to like work harder. Cause like when I started making music, I was just doing it as like a hobby, like while I was working a job, and now it's like my job. And so
yeah,
I've
but it is your
from
job.
you.
It's still my hobby. I have a job. I have a day job. All this stuff is whatever. It's just for fun.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. You're like one of the best songwriters. Like I'm not a songwriter, but when I am put in the position where I am working on stuff, like sometimes I contribute to like actual top line or like song writing, and I feel like I've definitely learned a lot from you.
Thanks. I remember you asked me once about like what my default like super saw was, and I gave you it. So that's huge. I'm saying that's mine. No.
There's one that I wanted to ask about that I didn't know where to fit in anywhere else. You guys are in j.ez lore now.
Yeah. That's crazy.
For people at home, I don't know how to explain it, honestly. But you guys did a recreation of his video.
Yo, Bo, why are you doing that?
j.ez ain't dropped yet, bruh.
Don't worry. Mega Man drops January 7th. Listen.
I was never book smart, I'm money smart.
Bro, what are you doing?
j.ez ain't dropped yet.
Don't worry. Mega Man drops January 7th? Listen.
I was never book smart, I'm money smart.
I don't know what was the thought process behind that. I don't know.
So he's from that mall that he's in is also really like it's the closest mall to where I grew up. That's
okay, yeah.
Because he's from Middletown, New York. I'm also from a similar area.
Yeah.
So I recognized it immediately.
Yeah.
And then we went on like a trip from the city with a bunch of my friends. We were just like, we can literally go and see that exact thing at the mall.
It was like perfect because we just had like a bunch of people that were like in town at the time that we wanted to do that with. It was really like we were in the car and like we were in the car on the way back to New York, like back to like New York City, and like we like. I remember I was looking at the TikTok and I clicked the comments and I was like, remember j.ez commented. It was like so crazy.
Yeah, he's really committed to promo. It's like he won't. He just recently did a video with like I don't know, like literally like 30 people at the same mall.
I saw that. Yeah.
And he
had to bit us.
Yeah. He wanted us to go. He wanted to invite us.
So how far of a drive is it out from New York then?
That's like two and a half.
Oh,
hours,
that's a while to go for the bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably like 30 minutes from where I grew up as well.
Okay.
We made like a little bit of a day trip out of it. Like we didn't just go to the mall.
Yeah.
As much as that was the main thing that we wanted to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like surreal. Also like Know Your Meme, like posted it and like just at the very end it's just
a video of you. Yeah.
It's just like the 2 seconds of me, and it's like so funny. Yeah, that's the craziest lore, I think.
Yeah. Well, I guess my final question is like outside this tour, what does the future look like for the careers of Umru and Petal Supply?
Only time will tell.
You're moving to New York.
I'm moving to New York I just got a visa to like do full-time music in the States for a few years.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. So I'm gonna try and be touring like a lot if I can, and then like hopefully while I'm here as well get a lot more music done, and that's my plan.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know. I think I really want to do like even more just production and like really prove my worth as like a producer for artists, like in the industry sense, I guess. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just always going to be making music.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, thank you guys so much for talking with me today. I really appreciate it. We're going to put all the links to their stuff on screen right now. Go support their music. This video will be out like within 2 weeks, so go check them out on tour if they're coming to your city. And yeah, thanks for watching Talk to Me. Have a great day and goodbye.